Hello everyone, welcome to the Friday review, and today I'm going to do my review on the Kindle Fire HD 10. This is Kindle's 10-inch tablet, mostly to compete with the iPad, and I decided to pick one of these up because I got a really good deal on it. As you can tell, if I flip it over, I actually got a demo unit from a store. Fairly cheap, a lot cheaper than what Amazon sells it for, a new one. But it's just like a normal Kindle. It's got all the same specs and everything. So yeah, let's get started with the review. So on the front of the device, we got your 10-inch display. That the resolution is 1028 by 800 as a resolution, and it has a 149 ppi, so it will play back HD video, and it also is an IPS display, so the colors are nice and bright. So that's one thing I really do like about this tablet, is that the display is so amazingly clear. On the front of the device, like I said, you got the screen, and then you have a front-facing camera that is a 720p camera, so it's not a VGA, which is really nice. So the quality is very nice. And on the top of the tablet, this is where all the buttons are. You got your power button, your micro USB port, a microphone, headphone jack, and the volume buttons to turn the volume up and down. And then on this side, you have two stereo speakers. That's really nice that they added them to the side, because usually when you're watching a video, you'd be holding the tablet like this. Or well, to me, I'd be holding it like this. So you won't be blocking the sound whenever you're listening to it. And then on this side, we have a micro SD card slot that can support up to a 128 gig micro SD card. Almost said SSD. And then on the bottom, we have nothing. And on the back, you have a nice glossy back, which I really don't like because it attracts a lot of fingerprints. You have a 5 megapixel camera. It's an okay camera. It does show a little. It's not as good. Wish it had flash, but you don't typically kind of need that. But this is a small enough tablet that you can technically add a flash and it wouldn't mind. This is a very, very thin tablet. It's actually thinner than the iPad Air. It's about the 4th Gen Air. Probably the same size, as thick as the Air 2, if I would have to say. So that is really nice that it's super thin, and that makes it really light. You can easily use this tablet with one hand. Easily. I've used it multiple times with just one hand. This inside here, you have a MediaTek quad core that is clocked at 1.3 gigahertz and a 1 gig RAM. And then you can get this in a 16 or 32 gig model. This is actually the 16 gig model. So that's nice that Amazon included that. And since this was bought in a retail store, you do not get the advertisements that Amazon has with them, because those special promotion ones. But since this is a retail model, it does not have that. So that is really nice. So if you turn the device on, this is what the Android operating system. This is a similar Android operating system to KitKat, I believe it is. So it's not the best. It's like Amazon's take on it, which is okay, I guess, but there's a lot of different issues with this. So this does run Amazon's Fire OS 5. This is equivalent to the latest Android version that is massively out. So you are up to date and have all the protection and different things. So typically, if you do have special advertisements, they would show up as a lock screen. But since this is, like I said, this is a retail model, it does not have that option. When you first unlock it, it goes to your home screen, which is kind of just like all your apps in one screen. And then they have them categorized as books, videos, games, shop, where you can get stuff on Amazon, and then apps, and there's like a shop for the App Store. And then your music, audiobooks, and your newsstand. I like this type of Android experience, and if you go over to the side of the recent, it shows all the recent applications. It resembles Android pretty good, but it's kind of like Amazon's take on it, and I have always liked Amazon's take on Android because they make it less like customizable and more user friendly. That's one good thing about it, and one thing that I really love about the Kindles is once you forced open it and set it up, it actually goes through a tutorial of how to use the tablet and how to navigate the tablet, which is very, very nice. And then, of course, you can go to library, and it will open up the app library and your recent apps and different things. So overall, the Android experience, it's similar. Like the setting screens are very, very similar. This is one thing that I knew you could really tell it's running Android is they didn't really customize the settings application hardly at all, which is very, very nice. The tablet is very snappy. Yes, opening apps may take a little bit because it's got the 1 gig RAM, but that 1 gig RAM is just good for the Kindles because Kindles are they're more like the iPads. They make the Android operating system work with their tablets, so you don't need an overkill specs and different things for it to run good. That's why Amazon does sell like the $50 Fire, because the OS is optimized for the hardware that they put in it, which is very, very nice. Yes, you can, like, I have Apple Music on there. I got that off a website that had the package that I could install, and so I have that. I have heard people install Google Play and different things, but it's kind of confusing and different things, and I just decided there's just a few apps that aren't on the App Store that I need, so I decided to just go and get the APK and download it that way and install it with the developer or the security unknown sources turned off. The camera app is actually pretty fast. It's kind of hard to do it, but it takes pictures very fast. Let's see. And then it shows your pictures down here, and you can have a quick edit and different things, which is kind of nice. If you just want to view them in the gallery, you can view them in the gallery and as a camera. Like I said, the quality is actually pretty good of the back-facing camera. So you will be able to take nice photos in daylight and great lit area. But dark time, I kind of suggest not to really attempt to take photo or video. So yeah, and then you have their Silk browser. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but it works. It's pretty snappy on the web. Wish it was Chrome, which you can install Chrome if you want. If you're interested on where I get the apps to install it, I get them at APK and they have all the different types of APKs for all sorts of apps and different things. So that's the website that I do use to install other apps that aren't on the App Store. If there was one major complaint I would have to say about this tablet is the Amazon App Store is just flat out terrible. The only good thing about it is you can actually get paid apps, which I would suggest that's probably the only apps you might want to stick with, because all the other apps that they have on the App Store are like complete ripoffs. Like I've seen some that advertise Gmail, YouTube, and all that, and all it does is load the mobile website in the app, which makes no sense at all. Why you should not be able to call it an app, and Amazon allows it. And there's a lot of outdated apps too that developers just stop developing for. Like I actually found a Facebook app, the Facebook Pages app that's on the App Store is a super old version. It doesn't even install anymore. I'm like, this is just an example, like this email client right here, this email client Outlook. All this does is loads the mobile browser. That's all this does. So that's one thing that is very not fun, because they even have paid apps which like that. And I'm like, really? Why? So that's one issue that I've had with the app. The App Store is just flat out corrupted and terrible. And it's sad that Amazon doesn't try to fix this. This also has a battery life of about 8 hours. It can charge within 5, which is very, very nice. Not exactly sure what the exact specification of the battery is, but it will charge pretty fast if you have a faster charger and different things. Also, the back-facing camera does shoot 1080p video. I forgot to mention that, but it does shoot 1080p video. So, it's a decent camera. This OS also has the blue shade, Amazon's blue shade, which is kind of the same thing as Apple's nightshade. But it's kind of weird. It's not really that programmed good. Like, this is just like the default setting on it, and like I don't really know. It's too dark. They like when they say it gets rid of the blue light, I mean it gets rid of the blue light completely. I don't really like this feature. This is a feature that I really hope that they kind of improve, because it's just bad. So overall, this is a great tablet, a cheap tablet, but if you have $200 and some odd dollars, $230 to be exact, to blow on this, you can get a Galaxy tab, a 10-inch tab, for a little bit more, and it won't be it would do everything this one does, but the App Store would be a lot better. This is the only major complaint I basically have about the Fire, is that the App Stores are just terrible. Yes, you get the benefit of getting the free apps. I've gotten a few free apps with it, but overall, the App Store is just flat out terrible. So one thing that I always do with my reviews with tablets and phones and different things, I always run Epic Citadel. It's a benchmarking tool, and it kind of would give you a idea of how well this would be gaming because it uses the Unreal Engine to benchmark. So hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll run this, and then afterwards, the video will be over with. And I may talk about the things a little bit. So if you want to stick around for that, I will have that done. But if you're interested in picking one of these up, I will have a link down below where you can pick one up. And I'll also leave that link down where I get the APKs and different things for different apps. And also, I will leave like pictures and different things for pictures and videos that I've shot with it, with the cameras, so you kind of have an idea how good the quality is. So yeah, hope you stick around for that. And if you don't, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Okay, everyone. So, overall, this should be able to play almost any game because its average FPS is about 60 frames a second. So, and this is using the Unreal Engine. So, most apps don't really use that type of engine. It's just a custom engine that they make it with. So this tablet should be great for gaming, which I know Amazon has actually advertised it. Great for gaming, and truthfully, it is a good gaming tablet to get for your kids if that's what they're going to be really doing. So this tablet should be able to handle any major titled app game app. So overall, the performance would be very, very good. So it's a great tablet to do, especially if you get a game bad. It'd be awesome. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Amazon Kindle Fire HD 10 back-facing camera, 1080p content, and this is what the video looks like with the rear-facing camera. Areas, but not a whole lot of much of anything. Great for video chats, and that's about it.